Welcome to the Christian Nostalgia Podcast.
And this is our VBS wrap-up party.
A month-long celebration all about Vacation Bible School.
So without a moment to lose, this is Nora.
This is Lee.
Let's get this party started.
And welcome back to the VBS wrap-up party. I'm joined always by my co-host.
Hey, Lee.
How you doing, Nora?
Doing good, Lee. I'm happy to be back for the wrap-up party. And this theme, this one in particular for this episode, I'm very, very excited.
Yep, as you all know, this week is the music side of things.
Woo!
Where,
Yes.
For some people, it was their highlight of their week.
What? You're looking over at me when you say that, of course.
To
Yes.
see what new songs these companies came up with.
Yes.
After every year.
Yes.
You know?
This was very fun. I loved music time. I loved the music in general. It was the sound for the whole week.
It was
It
the
was-
vibe.
It was the theme song.
Yeah.
It's the soundtrack. It's everything. It really is. It's what you were going to sing and bring in that theme,
Yes.
through song. And yes.
And it was so important that our church would sometimes not even pick a particular themed package because the music soundtrack was, dare I say it, poorly written.
Unusable. Unfortunately,
Ooh,
that's rough.
Going that far, huh?
Well, unfortunately, especially as we started getting involved, and I'm sorry to name drop here, but the worst VBS kit company that had just the worst music, the whole soundtrack, was unfortunately Answers in Genesis.
Yeah, and as of this year, I had not heard their newest Railway Junction.
I did
was
not.
their newest of this year at the time of recording this.
Yes.
So hopefully they improved over the years a bit, but we've been doing them pretty consistently since the early years when they first came out.
Yes, we love their teachings, and their apologetics were by far really great. I mean, very detailed, very, very, I would say deeper lessons. I mean, they went over some more deeper, serious topics, which I think was very good, especially like when we started getting the older group. You and me were more in that teenager youth, era, and those lessons were good because they could really drill home with that. But their music, unfortunately, was a little lackluster. I mean, they'd have good themes.
Yeah,
it's like the first song.
Yeah.
Like you could tell they wrote that song for the Bible school, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty good. I hear they brought the name of the Bible school in the song, but then song number 2 and 3 and 4 is like, no, I'm sorry. It was a little rough.
It never ran well together as the other companies did.
Yes.
Which you could argue that we grew up in the golden age of VBS kits.
Yes. I would honestly say that.
I'm like some of the top 5s we will be going over today.
Yeah.
Let's just say that it will be 01, 02, 03, and 04.
And a random 2013.
Yes. We won't expose what order they're in yet.
Yes.
But legitimately, 4 years of our life in a row, we had good soundtracks. They were on a roll.
They not only were on a
in
roll.
the early 2000s.
I can sing them for you right now.
Exactly.
They're that good. And I think, and there'll also be another trend. The top VBS music companies with these kits was Group and Gospel Light.
Yeah.
You go in our era, that was under the golden age, was these two Bible school kits companies and their music department was on fire.
It was.
I don't know who was running their music, but Gospel Light and Group, man. And Group will always be number one for me. Spoiler alert. They had the best music around. So much so that we switched out. We'll talk about that later in our top 5. Is we switched out because the Bible school music was literally unusable.
Yeah.
And we reached out and bought the gospel, our group. We bought the group VBS soundtrack and sang their music all week long.
Yeah, that is...
but that was it. Good music.
Yeah, that was a special time because 2 companies came out with the same theme in the same year.
Yes.
So it worked
Rare.
out.
Yes.
So, but before we get to the top 5 songs of our era, we will go over our personal opinions or thoughts on what we thought of the music's impact for the years that we grew up and possibly even the years of today. Because we'll start out with the years of today. I always felt like the songs have gone so praise and worship now in the churches that it would always take away from the VBS themes because it never was really anything special now because you get it every week. It's sort of that thing of, well, do you like the VBS songs? Yeah, we do. Would you like to hear them every week? Yeah, we do. And it's sort of that we, as a Christian community, we're getting caught up in the in too much of a good thing. So it's kind of taking away from the VBS months of vacationing.
I completely agree with you. I mean, it's the same sound you hear on the Christian radio station.
It is.
I mean, they like I use the word dumb it down.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit. They'll slow the tempo down a little bit. They'll get singers that don't go like out there with their voice where you can't follow along.
We'll leave it at that.
But you probably are thinking right now which artists, you know, that just kind of decides, I'm just going to just go a little crazy here for a minute. But they don't do that with kids, which is very
nice.
Which is nice because you can't follow along when you start going crazy like that with your vocals. But yeah, it does sound the same. It sounds the same with what we sing on Sunday morning, what we hear on the radio all week long. And I don't know, for a kid, I think I'm worried that to talk about this time frame is what I'm worried is that there's nothing really childlike or child wonder or childlike innocence now with most of this music and media in the industry. You know, we're seeing this even, you know, in the, you know, with movies and shows and all these kind of more adult or adult sounds or adult topics now.
Yeah.
In these more, it's supposed to be a kid's movie. It's supposed to be a vacation Bible school for kids. And like you said, this more mature praise and worship sound that you really are supposed to get that when you're older is kind of bleeding into what we're supposed to be getting is, I mean, the ones we're going to talk about later is fun.
Well, the time period in which the parents share their childhood with their kids is at an all-time high, regardless of the content and regardless of what they saw or what they heard. They introduce it to their kids. So it's sort of that idealism of, you know, they'll like the bands that their parents listen to as young kids.
As only, you know, only natural.
And we grew up with, it had to have a good sound, you know, not to break down music as a whole, but for me personally, it was a good sound, consistency, and lyrics had to flow with the song, and for VBS especially, it had to stick with the theme. If it was a Egyptian theme, it has to have the vibe of
that Sahara Desert, that whatever that, you know, violin kind of, you know, pulls you in. Yeah, with that culture. It's that culture sound. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
It has to pull you in.
You want the steel drums when you're when you're going to the islands.
Yeah.
Or the same way you want that kind of Western sound when you're going out west, that country music kind of sound. So, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, just like any good old soundtrack from any movie, you want that sound throughout, whether it's superheroes or Disney. You want that soundtrack.
Yeah.
All the way through.
You always do. If you have electric guitar every week for church, and then the soundtrack for the VBS that year is an electric guitar, there's no real break in the vibe or the theme of the event of that week.
Yeah, well, remember the one year we did the sports camp, and we did it was praise and worship, kind of rock kind of stuff we introduced with the kids, because at that point, which, we'll talk about this later, but, music was a separate destination growing up for us. We actually went to a music station. So with the praise and worship year with the Bible school, and it came with this more praise and worship, we actually sang it for church one Sunday. Do you remember that?
I do.
We actually sang it, and Dad and Mom were just like, this song works. Let's sing it one Sunday for the congregation. Said, this is the music we sang for Bible school. And everyone's just like, cool. And, I loved it because I was like, yeah, this praise song was cool. It was a little too, rock and roll kind of stuff for every day, but we wanted to share the song with the congregation, and they were fine with it. But once again, we could sing it for church.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing separate about it.
Yeah.
There was nothing in it that said Vacation Bible School sports theme, for the week. It wasn't the theme song, and we didn't get one. Nowadays, they're not much of a theme song.
Yeah.
You don't really get that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, so, to go over the time in which I grew up, it was, of course, I go back to, did it stick with the theme? It did. Did when you walked in as a child, you have to have the full sense of the Disney World effect, where you come in. Can you get the sights? Can you get the smells? Can you get the hearing? And
I agree. It's your senses totally engaged.
Yes.
I agree.
So, granted, it'd be the smell of tarp majority of the time, or plastic.
Or wood.
Yes.
Sorry.
But, But yeah, I mean, you get the point.
You get the point, but that was the point, though.
But the songs, along with everything else, was just such a vibe, and
so fun.
And some of these big churches have always done good VBS kits. They always go all out on the stage, like we used to do.
Yes.
They have the songs playing in the background.
Yeah.
A lot of these established churches are just veterans at it. They know they know how to set a vibe. They know how to build a stage. They know how to pick songs that go with it.
Yes.
You can't just play a generic rock praise song while everyone's coming in all the time, because you get that on Sunday.
Absolutely. And not to mention, you've got bubbles everywhere. If you're underwater or something, you've decorated we did, Africa with the Kilimanjaro, and we did the mountains, and we had the plains, and we did, animals everywhere. Like, you can't just play normal, music. We looked up soundtracks, that had that sort of, full Disney again, like Animal Kingdom kind of vibe music that had that kind of background, and we just let it play. till the kids came in, and it just set the vibe.
It does.
It really does. When you walk in, you want that sound to go with the decorations. It wouldn't work if you have this separate sound where you walk into.
Yeah, I always felt that our era perfected the VBS kits. Like, they were kits for you to build off of. They gave you the foundation and you were to take that kit and run with it.
Yes.
So I always felt like the early 2000s. The themes were good.
Yes.
As Will mentioned today, the music is great. It sets the mood.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that we just lived in a great era of
I think too,
VBS kits.
I agree, and I know that a lot of it was because you had to be more creative.
Yeah.
Technology wasn't available at full circumference for everything, and you just had to be creative. And these VBS kits knew in our era to let the people that buy the kits give just the bare minimum, what you could roughly get with structure, and then just run with it, have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Nowadays, it feels like our Christian community, we don't trust people to be creative. Like we can't handle creativity. They got to tell you everything to do, what to do, how to do it, and we almost go crazy if we don't get every answer in the book. And what I loved about our generation is we would just pivot. We would just go, oops, we're a little low in staff for the, certain nights, depending on our families and young families and parents would volunteer. And a lot of times, you'd have camps or sports or things overlap, and the parents with work couldn't be there every single night. So our parents and the staff would adapt and say, okay, we were going to do this craft, we were going to do this activity. We can't do that this day. Let's do it here. And the VBS kits would give you options for things in the back. And music was nothing short of a wonderful, wonderful experience. We would be part of the rotation. We would go from snacks, crafts, and music.
And music was part of
games, it was part of the loop. And you would
even though we never really sang at all, you just kind of ran around the stage. It was your time to go up on the stage, and mom would try to do some hand motions with us and try to get us involved in that.
Your class sounded a little more wild than me. I loved music. I'd sit down and mom would teach me the hand motions. Maybe I was the only one paying attention, because I loved music time.
Yeah.
This is a nostalgic moment. I have a very fun memory with this. I don't even remember which VBS it was, but I come in, there's a big old cassette tape player, boombox thing on the ground.
Yeah.
And we all sat around, and mom said, get in a circle. And there was the tape. Not a CD, folks, a tape. And she put it in and rewind and fast forward, and if it would click and then whoops, would start playing, and mom goes, nope, not that song. And she had a little piece of paper, and she wrote which number in seconds she had to go to get to the songs on the tape for the VBS. That was a really fun memory, folks, because I would get so excited because she'd push play, and then she'd start teaching us the hand motions.
And once again, you sat in the sanctuary with the decorations.
It was so much
and
fun.
Stuff. It would really help bring the theme to life.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe that our era is the best. I mean, we'd love to hear from you down below. Make sure to write, if you can remember, your favorite song, or at least the VBS kit it came in.
Please.
If you remember the name of it.
Yes, let us know. What was your favorite?
Yeah, we'll look it up ourselves and see if we agree with you.
Absolutely, because I remember music time. I learned sign language and hand motions, and that helped also ingrain in me the song, to memorize the song piece by piece by piece. And that's to me what makes a great Bible school. I would say next to the kit and everything we talked about in the last episode, but I would say music had to be talked. It's in the top 1 and 2 for sure, because it really sets the pace and the standard. Next to the entertainment, in the background of those DVDs was the music. Yeah. In the background of the theme was the music. And you couldn't have Vacation Bible School without a good soundtrack. Yeah. Just like you can't have a good movie or TV series without a good soundtrack. I believe it.
And with that being said, we are going to jump right into the theme songs or the kits that truly defined our fandom of VBS.
Oh, yes, I can't wait.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's get started. Okay, welcome to our top 5 songs or themes of today, because they go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
Because you can't have a good soundtrack without having a good theme.
Yes.
And you can't have a good theme without having a good soundtrack.
I agree. One song can't hold the whole, the whole movie up. You need a whole score.
Yeah, you have to.
Multiple scores. So, yeah, this is going to be great.
And you start first at 5. So,
this one for me, and I'll go ahead and get out of the way. I don't particularly enjoy one music genre in particular, and that is country.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it. I'm sorry. I don't find that whole sound enjoyable. Just for me personally. But for some weird reason, my number 5, Vacation Bible School soundtrack from Gospel Life, back in 2001, is Sun Creek Junction.
There you go.
So we'll pause for a minute. I'm going to put a piece of the music from it. Here we go. Okay, that was a little tiny piece of Sun Creek Junction, and the whole soundtrack has that same sound.
Yeah.
It just still, other than a couple that go more scripture-based, they still make sure it has that country sound, old Western sound. And re-listening it with you, I had to make the list.
Yeah.
It was stronger than other Vacation Bible Schools just because it deserves to be on the list. If nothing else, from song 1, there are 13 songs.
Yes.
On the whole CD. 13!
Yeah.
Do you know the average, the Lifeways Magnify Bible School only has 5 songs?
Yeah.
13 back in 2001 to pick from. You only had a week to sing all these songs. It was good.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was solid.
And you wouldn't have to guess the theme on this one in particular.
No, right when you hear it, you know immediately you're out west. It's the old West.
And camping a bit.
We kind of did, a little bit of camping.
We leaned a little bit more camping.
But it was definitely more Western. We had cactuses and, cowboy hats. And, I remember that Vacation Bible School in particular for class time because the teachers wore cowboy hats. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But the soundtrack, even though I don't like country or Western, the whole piece, the whole CD all the way through, you're like, yep, I'm at Sun Creek Junction.
Yep.
And the music is solid. So
there
that is my number 5.
Good. So on to
number 4.
So for me, of course, we're in 02 now.
Yes.
1 year older.
Yes.
And, this same company.
It is the same company.
So probably same artist,
yes.
same writers. Came out with Sun, same thing, S-O-N.
Yes.
But they took out the creek, and now we're in a canyon. So today, my number 4 in 02 is Sun Canyon, and then they add, a river at the end, or adventures.
River Adventure, yes.
River Adventures.
Yes.
So this one had the most epic Disney-esque start to any soundtrack with any kit I've ever seen in my life, where
yes,
like you're standing, like I just want to get in there. You know,
I agree.
you could play this at the door.
Yes.
And be like hype someone up with this song. So
yes, let's play a piece.
Yeah, you'll hear it right now.
Come on an awesome adventure with me. Ride on the wings of the wind. Sun Canyon River, the rapids flow through. Wonders around every bend. If we will listen, we'll hear God's wisdom leading each step of the way. So come on an awesome adventure with me. Sun Canyon River today.
See what I mean?
Oh my goodness, it's so good. And it gets better. I'm sorry. I wish we could play all the way through.
Yeah.
This one particular deserves all the way through.
Consistency is great.
Yes, that song. Great
this
theme.
One just holds out to the end. So,
I agree with you.
I don't think anything more needs to be said on it,
No.
other than 2 years straight with this company.
I agree. And I re-listened to it with you, and it's kind of like the same with Sun Creek Junction all the way through. The whole CD just had a really good flow and a really good sound.
It really did. And this one emphasized, of course, summer camps.
Yeah, more camp.
Were a big deal
yes.
when I was growing up. So it was kind of that vibe and theme.
Yeah.
I mean, the rooms were decorated with camping and tents.
Lanterns and fishing.
The smell of tents and
it was.
Yeah.
That was fun. There was a tent on the stage. One teacher, I remember, actually put a tent. I was envious. Put a tent in the classroom and had class in it.
It was great.
I remember being envious and walking by and going, "What's with the tent? Like, we have class in there." I was like, No. Get out. You guys are lucky. I think it was the little guys because you couldn't fit at the adults. Us older kids couldn't get in the tents. But I remember looking at the younger kids and being envious. Just going, you have class in there?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, Sun Canyon River Adventure. Yeah. It's a great soundtrack.
So, yeah, that's my number 4.
Good choice. Now, moving on to number 3 is mine. And we're shooting all the way up to 2013. We are changing Bible school companies, and we are going to group the ultimate in vacation Bible school music, being my personal opinion. Yes. This is called Kingdom Rock. This is the one that I spoke about earlier that we were doing Answers in Genesis once again.
Kingdom
Chronicles. And the soundtrack was unusable, unfortunately. It was not singable. The music was unfortunately either in the category of geared to much more younger audiences and not a good broad for old and young to sing along. And thankfully, Group decided to do Medieval that year too in 2013. And we went online, listened to their CD, and said, "Oh my goodness, order a copy." And Kingdom Rock. I'm going to play a little piece for it now. You can find these on YouTube, actually, these songs from this one in particular. But let's have a listen because you'll see why. That's number 3.
Yeah.
And that deserves...
We can see why.
That deserves... And the whole CD, just like the other 2 we talked about, will still bring in that medieval or kind of Irish, which I kind of lean towards. I like that kind of sound, bagpipes and everything. Silly. But I do. It has just a majestic sound throughout all of it.
Yeah, this one had... this one had the cheerleading effect.
Yes.
Where you knew it started or it began when this song ramped up.
Yes.
So you'd already been sitting in the chair. You've already had the intro and the pews.
Yes.
And when this song kicks off, you just know it's time to start. And this was one of the bangers that was, the best.
That one was really good, and that was one of the first Bible schools we started doing. The group congregation music station got cut from when you would go from station to station, and we did that in the sanctuary with everyone and got, started clapping and getting everyone involved. And this was one of the first VBSs I remember where I was like, what? No music time this year? I was volunteering at the point, and Mom's like, no, the kids now going forward, they want us to all sing together.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, how are we going to pull this off? Well, we're going to play it in the sanctuary, and we're going to, get a couple of younger people to lead the group, and it's a great, great, great fun soundtrack. You can listen to it now.
Yeah,
you really could.
It
You don't need the Bible school to. That's what's great about it.
Yeah, I still talk to people years afterwards, that went to that, and they even said it was one of their best.
Yes.
The song wise and
yes,
stuff.
that was good. Yeah, for sure. It deserved to be at least in the top 3. Absolutely.
And a lot of them just don't even know we did not even use the same kit. They still think that went with, the
Kingdom
kit.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Answers to Genesis, but yeah, Kingdom Rock won out on the music for sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess you're up next with number 2.
Okay. I said I had to have these last 2.
Yes.
And we only discussed which one would be first.
Yes.
But if you grew up in 03 and 04, it is possibly the best themes ever done.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Arguably, because you even got like the little action figure / squishy after every night. I mean, every part of this theme was on point. And this one in particular is Scuba.
Scuba, yes. By Group again.
By Group again.
Group, let's go. They had I'm telling you, best music.
They did.
I don't know who their team was. I don't know what group or their writers. They were on fire. This is great music. Re-listening to it with you, they just the songs came rushing back. We'll play a little piece here because I think the audience would agree.
Let's hear it.
Deeper without, I'm going deeper without. I wanna go deeper without. I'm going deeper without. Going deeper when I pray. Going deeper, that's the way.
You getting the vibes?
I mean, it's right there. I mean, you're going deeper with God.
There we go.
There it is.
Never more have I smelled tarp more in my life. When we came in,
that's like ingrained in you.
And the first day, it was a pool tarp that was blue.
Yes.
And it covered the entire stage on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
And
the walls.
It just had so much blue.
with
that, they created an underwater type theme, and they of course had the blow ups with like the So
when you went to music time, that was back in the day. You went to music time in the rotation. That music just went with the theme so beautifully.
Yeah.
Because you're singing those songs and you're looking around and there's fish and we did bubbles.
Yeah.
Remember doing bubbles? It was just so much fun.
It was great.
The music really enhanced. The only reason it didn't make number 1 is the theming of the soundtrack of that underwater. Some of the pieces it was harder to make music. Let's face it. For that underwater kind of world and sound and kingdom, where number 1 will be obvious, and pretty much through the whole soundtrack they keep that sound like at Sun Creek Junction. but the music in it, even if it didn't
Yeah.
sound underwater-ish, there was some beautiful praise songs in here. There's some wonderful messages behind each song, was just fun.
Yeah. And
Scuba,
this one
way to go.
deserved, and this one deserved a spot just for the opener song. And yeah, I mean, of course, any day of the week, any of these could be number one.
Absolutely.
But what won out today, in our opinion, humble opinion,
yes,
back in 04, starting in 01, all the way to 04, 4 straight years of excellence. You top it off with the island theme.
Yes.
Lava La Lava is the number one for both of us.
Absolutely amazing. Number one deserved Lava Lava. Re-listening to it with you all the way through. It's so strong. There are 11 songs on this CD, and they're all just great.
Very consistent.
We're going to only play you one. I wish we could play you all of them. It's a great soundtrack. Let's have a listen.
Here we go.
Everybody come along, yeah. Everybody come along, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody come along, yeah. Everybody come along.
Oh,
there we go.
it's a classic. It's
Yep,
so
there you
good.
go.
It's just ingrains in your mind, folks. I can sing the whole song in my head now. Once again, group again. Amazing group, literally. Just wonderful music. And to me, it just gets the heart of a child, but yet with this sort of whimsical, sort of fun vibe that an adult can sing too, like a jingle. It really is. It has a great tune. It's got a great tempo. It's got a great pacing. And all the way through, they're scripture-based.
Yes.
They're scripture-oriented, or they're at least the theme of the week that they knew you were going to the tropical islands. You're going to get the steel drums. You're going to get that kind of Jamaican sound at times.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
It's the ukulele kind of Hawaii kind of pull at times. You're like, this is a fun soundtrack. It really was.
In our era, it was also they tried to drive it through kids' choirs and kids' voices.
Yes, because it inspired you to sing.
So, so we've had some hit and misses here and there, which is why this span of time from 01 to 04 was such a special time.
It was.
Because we've listened to a few of our older soundtracks, and just the kid choirs mixed with the adults.
Just sometimes didn't work.
It sometimes just didn't get all the way. And
I agree.
And now, of course, it's fully adult. Not a lot of kid.
You don't hear a lot of kids. They're in the background, but they're not. But like we talked about earlier, even the writing of the song doesn't sound very kid friendly. These soundtracks just had these sort of, very nostalgic, very like that childhood songs, like nursery rhymes. That sounds very old, but I kind of grew up with those very simplistic Wheels on the Bus, Mary Had a Little Lamb. There's something about those melodies and those tunes and those tempos that stick with you.
Yeah.
And these, like you said, from Sun Creek Junction in 01, Sun Canyon River in 02, sorry, Scuba 03, and Lava Lava in 04. These songs are so nostalgic, and I can sing all of them right now, right when you push play, right when you skip, we went to the next. This music, unfortunately, folks, we're pulling them from our archives at our church. These are on still CDs.
Yes.
And I've tried to find them online. They do not exist, other than the 2013 Kingdom Rock.
Yes.
That's on the internet through other means.
Yeah, and Scuba has been remade. The name has been remade.
It has been remade, and the music was changed. and just, so disheartening.
Yeah.
The music's just not even the same. It just doesn't, like, again, they bring in that more praise, more band oriented, and it just, I don't know, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about, classic Disney songs, that kind of tie in with the theme of the movie, and when the character sings those songs, it just kind of pulls you in and kind of makes you listen or pay attention. These Bible schools did that. The moment those steel drums start playing, the moment that soundtrack, it pulls you in immediately, and you're like, I want to listen to this, and maybe even by day 2, I want to sing along.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, and we loved. We just enjoyed just blowing the dust off of some of this old historical kits, because these things were made to be made. Then they sort of disappear into old attics of churches, and they just don't resurface.
Yes.
They weren't made to last.
I agree with you. I mean, honorable mentions was so funny because we pulled out so many of them, and like I don't want to say it was the most forgettable soundtrack, but the Sunrock Kids Camp. You remembered the music. I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it and I was like, wow. I think I remember singing these songs, but gone. Absolutely gone. And we did a train one. Honorable mention for that one.
Yeah.
Has a really good, what's the name of that one?
The Gospel Express.
The Gospel Express surprised me.
Yeah.
On its music, actually, re-listening to it. It didn't make the list for other various reasons. It will go down in history as probably the most diverse CD I have ever heard in my life. It was so funny. Re-listening to that, I went, whoa, where are we at now in the world?
Yeah.
Are we in Italy? Where are we? But the songs were good.
Yeah.
I give it credit.
Yeah.
The songs were good. They weren't worthy enough to make the list. But I enjoyed listening to the most forgettable soundtrack. I realized I forgot. And the one I was like, that one surprised me.
Yeah.
Good for back in our era. These music sticks with you.
Yeah.
It really does.
But yeah, that's our top 5.
Yeah, this was fun. I love this one. This was great.
Yeah, we're breaking down every aspect. So you at home could relive it for yourself.
Yes. Thanks for coming along and listening to us, and please let us know in the comments below. What did you have a special song or a special Bible school that meant something to you? And what do you think about Vacation Bible School in general?
Yeah.
Years later, because these songs, definitely the theme today with the songs, they stuck with me for a lifetime. I can sing them, a lot of these songs right now. Yeah. And to me, that's an impact that, lasted all my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, good
awesome.
stuff.
So that wraps up this week's episode. We thank you all for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We can't wait to cover next week's topic.
Ooh, I'm so excited. These are so much fun.
Until then, stay nostalgic, Christians. Hey everyone, we hope you liked today's episode.
Please like and subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to comment down below because we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks so much for watching us.
Yeah, and so until next time, bye.